Why was I not confident? Because I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. And if I don't love myself or don't respect myself, how am I going to speak to others? So I got to ask you two gents, because man, when I didn't know you yet and I saw you on social media, I said, those are two confident guys. Now, is that something you're born with? Is it something you grew into? How did you guys reach your level of confidence?
Yeah, good question. Are you born? I think a lot of it has to do with your upbringing. I don't necessarily think you're born with it, but yeah, definitely your upbringing, and of course, whatever happens through the course of your life will maybe enhance it. So you talk about the gap. I grew up in the restaurant business, and when I started working, my dad had a restaurant. I was working in the kitchen, and then eventually I worked in the front of the house. So I was probably 17 at the time, 17, 18. And so it just taught me. So you had to go to tables with strangers, basically, talk about the specials, take orders, just chit chat. So you're dealing with all types of people, number one. So you're learning personality types, and how you handle one table may not be the same way you handle another. Plus you have to go out there, you have to do the order. So you have no choice, right? You can't hide behind, in the back or anything like that. So that forces you to go out there, which I think in turn probably helped with the confidence also.
Sure, yeah.
So, and then, I go upbringing, I think a father or mother or wherever the household, that definitely helps. So I think it's a combination of a lot.
Oh,
I definitely agree with Seb. Are you born with confidence? I mean, you're born a certain way, sure, right? But I think anybody can gain confidence.
Yeah.
There's ways of gaining confidence, right? Number one, the more uncomfortable things you do and get over, and you get over them pretty fast because you have no choice, you get confidence. Every little thing you do that makes you slightly uncomfortable boosts your confidence. So a lot of people try to live a life where they're comfortable and they're avoiding situations that make them uncomfortable. It should be the opposite. I look, to this day, every single day, I look for situations that make me feel uncomfortable. And like, they're few and far between, man, right? Like, I don't care who you are, what you are, you get in front of me, like, you can't intimidate me. You can't make me feel a certain way. So I try to put myself in situations where I get that. Because now, like when you're younger, you have to, you said you worked at the Gap. I'm sure the first day you didn't get over it. It took you a couple days to get over it.
probably a couple weeks, easy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like now,
Yeah.
right, when you're put into the situation where you're uncomfortable, it might take you 5 minutes. It might take you 10, maybe an hour, but you get over it fast.
Isn't it funny also a circumstance which makes you uncomfortable 1 minute? So like that circumstance there, if you came to me now and said, for the day you're gonna be a greeter at the Gap, I'll be like, oh, this is gonna be the easiest day in the world.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a day off for me, literally.
Yeah.
So something that you hate 1 minute all of a sudden can become your biggest strength, and then compared to what I gotta do now,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
It's like the old saying, get comfortable at being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where you grow.